Welcome to our first lesson of Filmora. In this lesson, we're going to learn about importing, sorting videos, and media folders. So, without any further ado, let's just hop onto this lesson and open Filmora on our device. So if you've seen our introduction of this whole course, you already know how you can open up Filmora on your device. Now, the first thing what you're going to do is we're going to go step by step, so don't worry. It's going to be very basic. So there's not going to be any complication, but even if you feel like, you're facing any complication or any question you have, feel free to ask me, okay? So first thing what you're going to do when you open up Filmora and you want to open up a new project, you have this option over here, new project. Now, just like I said, I would not suggest you to use instant mode. So I'm going to also give you, let's say an experience of how these two work. So if you click on this instant mode, what will basically happen, you will not be able to fix out, what you want to do with your workspace or how you want your workspace to work like. It will just take you all of the templates, and then you're just going to do is just click on any one and it will take you there. So, but we don't want that, right? So I'm going to do is just go back, and I'm going to do is just open up Filmora again on my device and show you how you'll be able to open up your new project, okay? So then after you open up Filmora again, what you're going to do is click on new project, okay? Project, you will basically see that this whole type of interface will open up. Now, obviously, you might feel like, okay, this is a bit complex, but it basically is not. And even if you feel like it, just make sure not to skip any part. So let's go off from the first part. Now, on the right side, or let's say the last of the right side, we have is the project info, which is sometimes very important to know about what you're working on. Okay, so first things first is that it's going to give you all info about your project or about what you're working on. It's going to give you the name, where it is located, what is the resolution, the frame rate, the color space, and also about the duration. Now, as I don't have anything over here, but I'm going to open them up right now and show you how you'll be able to import it. Okay, there are also a couple of alternate methods, so I'm going to show it to you step by step. Now, over here is going to be the panel where you'll be able to get a preview of your video. So this is basically the player, okay? So make sure to keep that in mind. Make sure to also fix it up whenever you want to. And another thing is that all of them are adjustable. Let me just show you all about the panel and then show you how it basically works. This one over here, or the whole thing over here, is called the timeline panel, where you are going to use your layers so that you can adjust all of them together to make yourself a whole video. So I'm also going to go through that later on. And the last one which you see over here is called the project panel. So all of the projects which you will be able, or which you are going to use in your project or in your work, will appear over here. Now, it's not going to be like all of them will appear over here, but whichever ones you want to import, you can also see it from this so that you can drag it directly into the timeline panel. Okay, so you might feel like a bit, it might feel a bit complex, but we're going to go through that step by step. So the first thing which you're going to learn in this lesson is going to be about importing. Now, importing can sometimes be a bit complex because, most of, let's say, the professional video editors use, let's say, Premiere Pro, right? In Premiere Pro, it's kind of complex. But just like I said, why people will choose Filmora, okay? It's because of its user, interface to be very, beginner friendly. So you can see over here that we have this box. Click on that. And as you can see that it will just open up this box over here where you'll be able to use whichever file you want to use for, Filmora. Okay. So then what you're going to do is find out the file which you want to use. Click on that and press on open, and it will open up. Now, I'm also going to be showing you which sites which you'll be able to use to download your videos. And another thing is that I have attached in a resource file with this whole course, and I'm going to be using those resources in each and every one of these lessons. So if you need those help or if you want to use those resources, you'll be able to find it. So don't worry. And all the help is given in those resource files too. Okay, so this is basically the first, method of how you'll be able to import any of your file into Filmora, into its workspace so that you can work with it. Okay, so this is basically the first one. The next method is going to be going over here on import. Now there are a couple of these options. Now if you're using an older version, you will basically see that you only get 4 of these options, which are going to be import media files, import media folder, camera, and then we also have like, cutter tool and all of those. Okay, so make sure to like use them whenever you want. So if you want to, let's say, import media files, just click on that and it shows you this interface. You'll be able to select whichever drive you want to, find out your files from. Then we have this media folder, which is basically kind of like the same, but this helps you to find out which folder you want to open it up from. You'll be able to use it. Okay, we have Filmora over here. You'll be able to use a couple of those stock videos which we have on Filmora. Okay, then the next one which we have over here is going to be the import from a camera or a phone. If you don't want to use anything from your, let's say, device, let's say your PC or maybe your laptop, you can do those from media files or media folder. But if you want to import it directly from your, camera or your phone, first off, make sure that the USB is connected, or your phone or your tablet or your camera is connected to your device, such as your PC or your laptop, and then and it will detect which is connected or which device is connected, and then you'll be able to use whichever one you want to use. The next option which we have over here is called the instant cutter tool. You'll be able to get a couple of videos, and then you'll be able to use whichever part you want, and then you'll import it directly into your workspace so that you'll be able to use them. And it makes your work a lot more easier too. The next option which we have over here is called import with auto. So auto beat sync is just like, as you can hear, it's going to find out the beats. Okay, first off, it's going to find out the beats where it is, and then it's going to sync it up with your beat which you want to use. And then it's going to find out that part of the video, and then you'll be able to use only that part when you are using beat sync. And one thing you don't have to worry about using Filmora is that a lot of these features and most of the features, even AIs which you use in Filmora, all of them are free to use. Okay, that is another thing or another feature or key feature why people chooses Filmora, or why would you choose Filmora. Okay, and the last one which we have over here is import from other apps. In import from other apps, there are 3 different drives: Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox. When you want to use any of these options or apps, first thing you have to make sure that you are connected to those. If you want to use Google Drive, make sure you're connected to Google accounts. If you want to use OneDrive, make sure you're connected to Microsoft account. And if you want to use Dropbox, obviously you need a Dropbox email. Okay, so make sure to get connected to those so that you'll be able to use those. Okay, so I'm going to do over here is going to be importing one file right now, or importing one video right now. Okay, so I'm going to do is just click on this over. So now what I'm going to do is going to be just like I said, go off to your resource file of, this whole course. I'm going to do is open it up. There we go, resource. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to do is just press on open. Now you're going to see is that it will sometimes, like, this type of interface might pop up, like editing with smaller proxy clip will result in faster, smoother. So click on this, do not ask again, and press on yes. Now you have to do is wait for a bit, and then you'll basically see that the file which you have opened up will open on your workspace. So just wait for a bit until it has opened up. And just after waiting for a bit, you can see that this has been imported to Filmora, right? Now you can see that we have full quality, half quality, and quarter quality. So depending on that, you can use it on the player too. So this is the second method, or I've shown you 2 of the methods of how you'll be able to import files into Filmora. So what is another method? Now, if you want to learn more methods, then I'm going to show it to you right now. First things first, go off to the ribbon or the tabs. You can see the ribbon over here. Now this tab over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs. So go off to the first tab, which is File tab. And then you're going to do is select this option called Import Media. The same thing opens up when you click on this import. So click on File, click on Import, Media File or Media Folder. It's up to you. Now, in this lesson or in this whole lesson, I've also shown you, or according to the title, I'm also going to be showing you Media Folder. So let's try opening it up from a Media Folder. So click on that. And then what I'm going to do is just open up Filmora. We have resources, press on OK. Now, you're just going to do is wait for a bit, and you'll basically see that the file or the folder will appear up on your screen. Okay, you can see that basically this is the file. So first thing I'm going to do is just remove it and delete. So I'm going to do is go off the file, import, media folder, resource, press on OK, and there we go. The folder has been opened up. Now, what is the advantage of using the media folder? So basically, all the files inside of the folder will be imported into Wondershare Filmora, so that you can also use a couple of other files too, so that you can work on with your project. Okay, so this is basically how you'll be able to import your files. And when you open up any folder or any files or any video, you'll basically see that on this project panel, you have this import media option. Click on that button, and basically this is it. You'll be able to use whichever one or whichever video you want to use. So let me just show it to you again. Let's just go off to import a media folder. If you want to do that, click on resources, press on OK, and there we have more of these options or more of these videos. So the difference of using a media folder and the difference of using separate videos or importing a video is going to be over here. Let me just pause this. If you want to upload anything, I'm going to delete all of these. Delete. Click on that, and basically what happens if you want to import any video, you have to import it one by one. But if you're using the media folder, it will upload the whole folder containing everything in it. Obviously not the files which are not videos, but videos which you will have in that folder will be imported directly into your workspace. So hope you understood everything about this now. So now let's show you how you'll be able to sort them. So first thing I'm going to do is going to be import the file or import the media file again. There we go. Find out the folder, Filmora, resource, OK. So we have 3 of these videos. Now, how do you sort them up? Now, there are 2 of these options of sort or filter by file type. And there is this view option. So if you click on view option, there you get the sort option. Now you can sort it by the name, by duration, type, the date it is created, the media created, and also the date imported. Now, after you have selected any one of these, now how do you want it? On ascending order or on a descending order? If you want an ascending order, click on that. There we go. First one is this, second is this, third is this, or let's say first, second, third. If you want it in a descending order, click on that, first, second, third. So this is basically how you'll be able to sort them out too. Now, if I want by name, there we go. Now it is by name. Okay, you have to see the whole thing. You can see that we have pixels, then we have to set in, then we have is P, and then we J. Okay, now you can see that J is at the last. Now you can say, or you can see that it is in the descending order. If I'm putting on ascending order, this will be the first one, the second one, and the third one, because there we have T at the last, P, and then J. Okay, so this is how you'll be able to sort them up according to your need. And if I want date created, I can also do that. There are a couple of these options, so organize them the way you want to so that it makes your workspace or work a lot more easier and accessible. Okay, then we also have group by. So there are a couple of different sorting options. There is grouping by, sorting by, and how you want to view them. Now, if you want to view them in a listed view, you can also do that. If you want to view them in a large thumbnail view, you can also do that. If you want to view them in a medium, that's also doable. And the last one is small thumbnail view. So you'll be able to, just use a lot more or see a lot more of these files on this workspace or the project panel when you're using smaller ones. So there we go. Then we have sorted. And then you have the grouping ones. You can group them. You can see the date and all of those. It's totally up to you how you want to use it. So I'm going to do is type in what type. So here we go. We have videos, which I'll be able to use. So if you've seen the whole thing, now you already know how you'll be able to import them, import separately, import using media folder, and also how you'll be able to sort them so that you can get your work on the way. Okay, so thank you for watching this video till the end, and hope you understood about everything. And still, if you have any question or any confusion about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. Okay, so now you can see we have all these over here, and if you want to import more, you can do that, and obviously sort them out the way you want, and then you'll be able to search them. Let's say I want T, click on T. Let's say task 10. Hit on enter, and there we go. It has appeared up. So hope you understood about anything, and now let's move on to our next lesson of Filmora.